video I shall consider the Harrod's model of growth. It is starting with the savings function ST is equal to S by T minus 1. So savings in period T depends on the income in period T minus 1 or output produced in period T minus 1, and S is the marginal propensity to save. An investment function is specified as IT is equal to V YT minus YT minus 1. Now when there is equilibrium in the economy, then this ST will be equal to IT. So when there is equilibrium, then ST is equal to IT. So in that case we are getting S by T minus 1 is equal to V YT minus YT minus 1. So from here we are getting YT minus YT minus 1 over YT minus 1 is equal to S by V. So this we are getting from the equality between savings and investment. So when there is equality between savings and investment, then the growth rate in the economy is equal to S by V. So this growth rate is called the warranted rate of growth. Warranted rate of growth. So Harrod preferred to use the term warranted instead of equilibrium. So this is basically the equilibrium rate of growth, but Harrod is using the term warranted rate of growth instead of saying the equilibrium rate of growth. So basically instead of using the term equilibrium rate of growth, Harrod is using the term warranted rate of growth. Now what is the actual rate of growth? The actual rate of growth in the economy is equal to YT minus YT minus 1 divided by YT minus 1. Now according to Harrod's model, this actual rate of growth is not always equal to the warranted rate of growth. It may be greater than GW, it may be less than GW. So if it is less than GW, so suppose the actual growth rate is less than the warranted rate of growth. And then we can say that there is a divergence of the actual rate of growth from the warranted rate of growth. So in this case, there will be this kind of divergence will not be self-correcting in nature. So Harrod is saying that this kind of deviation of the actual growth rate from the warranted growth rate is not self-correcting in nature. So the different forces in the economy will push the economy further away from the warranted rate of growth if the actual rate of growth is not equal to the warranted rate of growth. So same is true if GT is greater than GW. So in this case also different forces will push the economy further away from the warranted rate of growth. So there will be instability, fundamental instability in the economy. So this type of instability in Harrod's model is called knife edge instability. Knife edge instability. So when the actual rate of growth is not equal to the warranted rate of growth, if there is a discrepancy between the savings and investment in the economy. So suppose initially investment was not equal to the savings in the economy. So in that case, the actual growth rate in the economy will not be equal to the warranted rate of growth. Now this difference between the investment and savings is denoted by a term UT. So UT is equal to IT minus ST. Now UT may be greater than 0, it may be less than 0, it is equal to 0. When it is greater than 0, when investment is greater than savings. When it is less than 0, when investment is less than savings. And when it is equal to 0, when investment is equal to ST. So UT is greater than is equal to less than 0. Now from here we are writing GT plus 1 is equal to GT plus F of UT. Now this FUT, this expression is greater than is equal to less than 0 according as UT is greater than is equal to less than 0. So when UT greater than 0, then FUT greater than 0. When UT is equal to 0, then FUT is equal to 0. When UT is less than 0, then FUT is less than 0. And accordingly GT will be different from the growth rate in time period T. So this is the growth rate in time period T plus 1 and this is the growth rate in time period t plus in time period t. Now suppose initially ut is greater than 0. So when ut is greater than 0, then it is greater than st. Now what is it? It is v into yt minus 1. And what is st? St is s into yt minus 1. So from here, by changing the side, we getting yt minus 1 divided by yt minus 1 is greater than s by v. So from here we are getting that gt, so this is the actual growth rate. So gt is greater than s by v. Now what is s by v? S by v is Valentin rate. So what we are getting, if ut is greater than 0, then the actual growth rate is greater than the Valentin rate of growth. And similarly we can get that if ut is less than 0, then the actual growth rate is less than the Valentin rate of growth. So first let us consider when ut is greater than 0. So when ut is greater than 0, then we are getting gt is greater than gw. Now we are again considering this expression, gt plus 1 is equal to gt plus fut. So from here we can write gt plus 2 is equal to gt plus 1 plus fut plus 1. So here we are considering two time periods, t plus 2 and t plus 1. Now when fut plus 1 is greater than 0, when ut plus 1 is greater than 0. So when ut plus 1 is greater than 0. And when it is greater than 0? When it plus 1 is greater than st plus 1. So from here we are getting v into yt plus 1 minus yt greater than s by t. So by changing the side, we can get that gt plus 1, that is the actual growth rate in period t plus 1, is greater than s by v, which is the Valentin rate of growth, gw. So we are getting two things here. From this expression, we are getting gt is greater than gw, this is 1, and we are getting gt plus 1 is greater than gw, this is 2. So if we considered all the time periods like t plus 3, t plus 4, t plus theta, then we will, in all the cases, we will get that the growth rate of that particular period will be greater than the Valentin rate of growth. Now when ut plus 1 is greater than 0, then what we can say? Fut plus 1 is greater than 0. Now if fut plus 1 is greater than 0, then this term is greater than 0, then gt plus 2 is greater than gt plus 1, because this term is positive. So from here we can say that gt plus 2 is greater than gt plus 1. Now from here again we can say that when ut is greater than 0, then fut is greater than 0, then gt plus 1 is greater than gt. So then from here we can write that gt plus 2 greater than gt plus 1, that we have already got from here. Then again gt plus 1 is greater than gt. We can say this from here. Similarly, proceeding this way, if we generalize this, then we can write that gt plus theta greater than gt plus theta minus 1, then gt plus 2 greater than gt plus 1 greater than gt, and again gt is greater than gw. So this is greater than gw. So therefore we are getting that there is instability in the economy. So growth rate in all the periods are greater than the Valentin growth rate, and if there is a deviation of the growth rate, initial deviation of the growth rate, and then the forces in the economy will push it further away from the Valentin rate of growth. So there is a fundamental instability in the economy. The same will be true if we consider ut is less than 0. Then we get gt plus theta less than gt plus theta minus 1, then gt plus 2 less than gt plus 1 less than gt less than gw. So again there is instability in the economy. So Harrod's model is basically explaining the knife edge instability in the economy in this way.